Yes. So we are starting from utility analysis. We discussed what the utility is, but I'm repeating it in nutshell. Utility means the quality of a good to satisfy a want. Means that any commodity which can satisfy any of my want is said to have utility for me. If it cannot satisfy any of my want, then it has no utility in me. And I had taken examples that for a vegetarian, any non-vegetarian dish may have no utility. Similarly, anybody who is not wearing Western outfits has no utility for it. Similarly, a person who has already taken his meal, for that particular point of time, food may have no utility for him. So this is how utility varies. So we had discussed that utility is a relative concept. Relative means it is a comparative concept. We compare utility of different commodities, of different things. So it is a comparative concept. Then it has no ethical or moral importance. We never say that it is bad that you are having utility in tandoori chicken, or it is bad you are having utility in Western outfits, or it is bad that you are having utility in pedigree. So we are not adding any moral values to the utility. We are just saying anybody can get utility from anything. Next is it is different from usefulness. Usefulness is something different. There are many things which are not useful for you, but sometimes we are addicted to it. For example, if I talk of myself, I am a tea addict and I know it is very bad for my health. So it is not useful for me, but it gives me utility. So it's not necessary that whatever thing is giving you utility, that is useful for you. Then utility is also different from pleasure. It may not give you happiness, like getting some operation done, or maybe studying. You might not enjoy it, but then it gives you utility. Okay, so it is different from pleasure. Okay, then it is also different from satisfaction. Satisfaction is actual utility. There are two types of utilities: actual and expected. So it is different from expected utility. Actual utility is called satisfaction, and when we buy a commodity, we have no idea how much actual utility will I get out of it. For example, I can go to Haldirams and can feel that very lucrative food, and it will be very tasty, but when I buy it, I may not like it. So actual utility may be less than the expected utility. Then it is dependent on intensity of wants. If some want is really intense, really deep, you have been dreaming of it for very long, then its utility increases for you. For example, a person who is studying so sincerely, from the very beginning of the session, he or she dreams to be the topper of the class. So his or her utility of being the topper of the class will be far more, as compared to a student who topped without any effort as such. Okay, then it cannot be objectively measured. We cannot measure utility objectively, means in quantitative terms. We can just compare. We can say I have higher utility, lower utility, but I cannot quantify it. Then it is a subjective term. It varies person to person, place to place, situation to situation, and time to time. Okay, like I had taken an example that utility of fan is different in the month of May and December. It is different in Delhi and Kashmir. It is different for a person having fever and not having fever. It is different during daytime and during night. So utility varies. Okay. Then comes the concept of total utility and marginal utility. Total utility means the total satisfaction derived from the consumption of all the units. Suppose you had 10 chapatis and you ate all of them. So whatever utility you got out of those 10 chapatis will be your total utility. Yeah, I just a moment. I will be taking up doubts also. So total utility means total satisfaction derived from the consumption of all the units, right? For example, it may be so that My parents were promising me since class 8 that they will allow me personal mobile, and I got it in class 11th. In 12th, I got another mobile. So overall utility, which I will be deriving, suppose so far I have got 5 mobiles from my parents. So total utility derived from the all the mobiles will be called your total utility, right? Then comes your uh, it's then comes your marginal utility. Okay, marginal is additional utility. Additional utility means whenever there are I so marginal utility means additional utility. Suppose I was consuming 10 units. At that time my total utility was 100. Now I am consuming 11 units, and now my total utility is uh, you know my total utility is 105. So then additional utility on account of the consumption of 11th unit will be 105 minus 100 utils, and we call it to be marginal utility. So I can define marginal utility as mun minus tun minus 1. Getting it? So whatever utility I am getting at nth unit minus whatever utility I was getting from the previous unit, last unit. So we call it to be mu. You will understand it better with the help of a schedule. Let us look at a schedule. Yeah, here. So total utility means total satisfaction. When I was consuming 1 unit, I was deriving 8 utils, then 14, then 18, then 20, then 20. And there comes a time when we start getting negative utility from the from the additional units, because we are fed up of that commodity. Okay. So my utility from the first unit is 8, second unit is 6, third unit is 4, fifth unit is 2, next unit is 0, and still next is minus 2. Can you see? It is, I'm deducting 8 minus 0, 14 minus 8, 18 minus 14. This is how we calculate marginal utility. And if marginal is given, we add up 8 plus 6, 14, 6 plus 14 plus 4, 18, 18 plus 2, 20, 20 plus 0, 20, 20 minus 2 comes out to be 18. So given mu, I can find tu, and given tu, I can find mu. Now, this is called law of diminishing marginal utility. This law was given by Alfred Marshall. Alfred Marshall's law of diminishing marginal utility is the root of many other laws of economics. And it is very relevant law for our real life also. Okay. If you will, pay attention to your nature is of this sort. You are born like this. As you get more and more units of a commodity, you start getting lesser utility out of it. Okay. So more you have of something, yesterday I had written that statement in GC room also, more you have of something, less you want to have more of it. This is your tendency. For example, if you will see that generally speaking, yeah, it happens that we pay more attention to those people who are not easily available. For example, it is very difficult for us to meet Amitabh Bachchan. So if we see Amitabh Bachchan somewhere, we shall be excited to watch him. And we can watch a rickshaw puller every day, and he is such a simple person. So marginal utility of watching him is not at all there. Okay. And if I take examples which generally books take up, so I will say when I'm hungry, I take first chapati, that gives me higher utility. I take second chapati, that gives me lower utility. Third one still lower. Fourth one probably 0. And fifth one even negative, because I may have a stomach ache or maybe food poisoning if I overeat that much. So that's why when we go to weddings, food is absolutely free. Still we don't eat up to infinite level. We eat only up to that level till when my marginal utility comes out to be 0. After that, if I will eat, my marginal utility will become negative. So he considered util to be a unit of utility, that if I want to express utility in quantitative terms, I will be expressing it in utils. And I had explained this to you that we can express utility not quantitatively. So how did he do it? Whatever amount of money you are willing to pay for a commodity is the utility you are deriving out of it. If something is important for you, you will be ready to pay more for it. If something is not important for you, you will be willing to pay lesser for it. Okay, for example, maybe my school is in sector 11 and I stay nearby. So normally I will walk down to my house. But if it is raining very heavily, I will be willing to pay rupee 50 or 30 to an e-rickshaw puller. So my utility is that day quite high. Okay, for the services of rickshaw puller. So I'm willing to pay. Otherwise, I'm not willing to pay. I prefer walking. That's how our utility varies, and that's how money measures utility, that whatever amount of money you are ready to pay for any particular commodity, that is the utility for that particular commodity. So if we want to express this law in the form of a schedule on the diagram, we can express it like this. This is the schedule. We already discussed it while explaining TU and MU. So as we are increasing the consumption, our MU is decreasing. The additional utility from each successive unit is decreasing. For example, suppose if you are, imagine a person living in slums. For the first time, he has got a new cloth. Every time he is managing with the old clothes people are donating, so the value of that new cloth will be too much for him. But when rich students or rich people are buying clothes, they are not even smiling that today I have got a new dress. That new dress doesn't bring even a small smile on their face. So that is the difference, and that's how the law of diminishing marginal utility is working. So if I show it graphically, I can show it like this. When your, just a moment, let me use my torch. Yeah. When you are increasing your consumption, total utility is first increasing at a decreasing rate. So it is increasing, but the slope is convex. I had explained shapes to you, that different shapes of curves can be there. Curves can be downward sloping, upward sloping, concave, convex. So my TU curve is upward sloping, but it is convex to the origin. It is increasing at a decreasing rate. Decreasing rate means MU is falling. And when TU is maximum, at that point of time, MU is 0. And when TU starts falling, MU becomes negative. So this is the kind of relationship TU and MU has. So what I have written as long as TU increases at a decreasing rate. What is the meaning of this? Meaning of this is that the slope of MU is decreasing. Understanding? If I go to the schedule once again, it says that initially first unit increased 8, second increased 6. So it is increasing, but 8, 16, no. After 8, it is 14. So at a decreasing rate. Then decreasing, only 4. Still more decreasing, only 2. Then only 0. And finally, it became downward sloping. It started decreasing instead of increasing. So this is how it first increases at a decreasing rate, reaches its maximum, and finally starts falling. So MU first decreasing, but it is positive up to which level? As long as TU is increasing. When TU is maximum, at that point of time, MU is 0, second point. When TU is maximum, MU is 0, and we call it saturation point. So you may get an MCQ. What do you mean by saturation point? Show a saturation point. Or maybe they give you curve and they ask you what does point G indicate. So you can say G is saturation point. Saturation means now I am fully fed up of this commodity. I don't want this commodity anymore. I have got whatever I wanted out of this. For example, maybe chocolate ice cream is my favorite, but if I have already have 5 ice creams, I can't eat anymore. So my saturation point has arrived. And thereafter, TU starts decreasing and MU becomes negative. Okay. So I hope you are clear on this relationship, and thank you so much.